because it was being really weird on it.
Are we ready? We had some technical difficulties. Hopefully that won't happen again. So I'm going to get some garlic here. There it is. Got some garlic. We're going to want to add that. That's really going to bring out a lot of the flavor in the cabbage and the bacon, as well as the sausage. We are going to lightly salt. We're going to lightly salt all these. But we're not going to use pepper. You can add pepper later if you'd like, or you don't have to add salt or pepper. I cook with salt. If you don't like cooking with salt, by all means, your food tastes bad. So you do your thing. Don't invite me for dinner. Just a little bit of salt there. Really get that meat churning. I'm going to grab a fork. Really want to get this going. Really want to get this going. That's good. That's good. You want this stuff, you want that stuff boiling fast. It's hard to hear over the sound of all the ventilation fans as the bacon is cooking rather loud. But let's go ahead and check a piece of this here. Yeah, that's going to be the slowest. This one's going to be the slowest because it's on such a big surface. We got right here. Nope, that one's still not ready. These are starting to look good. Give them a little bit. Give them a little bit. We don't want them to actually be fully cooked because we are going to add them in here and they're going to cook a little bit longer for another 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah. So once I flip them, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some garlic over them. And then we'll add that bad boy in there. And then in about 5 minutes after that, we're going to add in the kielbasa. So I think we are, I feel like we're looking good here. I feel like you got to cook with your heart. You cook with your heart. Not with measuring cups. Not with directions. You cook with your heart. And that's what I do. So I've looked at this meat. My heart says flip it. So we're going to be flipping it. Okay, maybe I'm going to need a spatula because it's starting to get a little stuck here. No, fork's working just fine. Fork's working, oh, losing some. Let's go ahead and turn that down a bit. Get that unstuck. That's why you want to use non-stick pans instead of whatever the crap I'm using. Non-stick pans that I've cleaned with metal so that it can't work proper. That's probably what these are. Just get this flipped. Sorry if the camera's not catching all this, but I tell you, it's going very smooth. If you can't see, it's going real smooth. I've already flipped all of them. I'm just trying to add some effect here so that the new beginners at home trying this out don't feel so awkward when they try to flip 16 pieces of bacon as fast as I can. I just want to slow that down a bit. And yes, we cook all the bacon at once because you always want, if you're going to eat bacon, do not ration it, especially in a crisis. You just want to eat as much as you can as quick as possible so that when you do run out of food, you'll have a lot of excess fat in your body that you can eat, or your system will metabolize it. There's an art to all of this. Alright, so now we're going to be adding some garlic. Alright, normally I use spatulas, but not today for some reason. Go ahead and set this off to the side. Now I'm going to also need okay, And we got ourselves some minced garlic here. You can have whatever kind you like. Cloves are not going to work. You're going to want to cut the cloves up. We're going to be using the rest of this. That's why I'm not too concerned about cross-contamination or anything, because all this is about to be on the freaking meat. I'm just going to add a little bit here on each of these pieces. So let's go ahead and we're going to cut the heat to all these, so that we can finish cooking them in that bad boy over there. Now, I'm a big garlic fan. I think it's very important, especially when you're in a crisis situation like this, where you could be locked down with people that maybe you're not 100% sure, you know, maybe one of your friends decided to come stay the night, and then all of a sudden this thing kicked off and no one's allowed to leave their homes, and now you're having to feed him too, and you're a little suspicious that he might be a vampire, because you really don't know him too well. You don't show him the process while you're cooking it. You don't tell him there's garlic in it. You just add as much garlic as you'd like. And I tell you what, if he says it's gross and it tastes too much like garlic, he's the first one you're going to eat. When the going gets rough, first one you're going to eat. So just going to throw this, dab all this in. I'm actually going to need some more garlic, which there should be some more in the fridge. I think it was in near the bottom. Yeah. Just need a little bit more. Thank you. And we have a little bit more minced garlic here. Always keep plenty of garlic on hand. For the safety of everyone in the house, I'm going to go ahead and switch to another spoon. And boom. Garlic. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and increase the heat on this bad boy here. Increase that heat. We're going to put this in the trash. We're going to do this all quick, rapid, where it's a high pace, high energy, high pace. We're going to have to, since I've been messing with bacon and I just contaminated the fridge, so the fridge handle probably has COVID, so let's go ahead and not touch that anymore, and because we don't have any Lysol or Perel, so we're kind of just not going to be able to access the fridge anymore. But we'll be fine. We're going to have food for the night, and that's all that's important, is just being able to eat right now. So it's like music. What we're doing here right now, it's a lot like music. You got to keep it pumping, keep it rolling, follow that tempo, find it. Gonna go ahead and stir this. Ooh, I need a pot holder. Boom, got one on standby. Go ahead and stir this up. We don't want that stuff at the bottom to get stuck to it. And we've been cooking it on a lower temperature so that it doesn't get too far ahead of this whole process. And now we're gonna add in that bacon. Add that bacon in. And you want all that juice. You want all that delicious juice right there. You see all that? Ooh, you want all that. Because like really the point of the cabbage is to absorb the bacon juice so it tastes more like bacon. That's kind of the whole thought process behind this recipe, is garlic, bacon, and sausage. And that's usually what happens whenever you don't have this thing on. So you just get used to that. It happens every time you cook. That's to let everybody in the house know. That lets everybody in the house know it's time to eat. Food's almost done. That's how, see, and now that's how you let everyone know, hey, food's almost ready, you guys. We're getting close to it. Getting close. Stir all that in. We'll go ahead and start that timer. Gonna do 5 minutes. And then start. There it is, start. Okay, boom, we got all that in there. Got all that in there. Now, get this off, and we're gonna need all the bacon grease we can get. We're gonna need all the bacon grease we can get. There is no way I'm letting any of this go to waste. Not letting any of that go to waste. That's all gold right there. That's all solid gold. That is food. That stuff is more important than anything. Okay, so we're gonna need. I'm gonna do one more stir here. One more stir. Yeah, look at that. You see that? You see that? Look at that cut. Nice clean chunks of bacon and garlic spread nicely in there. That's, yeah, that's what you want. You want to try and just stir it up nice. Like I said, there's going to be some shrinkage. We're going to go ahead and move this to the front eye, and we're going to put it on low. Put that on 3. Cooking with gas is completely different than cooking with electric. And if you don't know, the numbers on an electric are completely different than the numbers on gas. So, for example, here we have high, which is, you'll see a full flame, and then it's literally, the numbers represent how much gas is being released. Now, on a conventional oven, it actually just means the power cycle. It always heats to the same temperature, but the number represents how much time between the eye getting red and reheating up to its full potential. So we're just going to set this aside here for another 5 minutes and take a small break.